board. Over.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good noon for everyone. Here in Israel, it's already good evening. Thank you for coming and join us to this presentation. I hope that you will enjoy. We have a very long presentation, but I will do it short. I will leave for each time. I will leave enough time to ask questions. If you have questions in any part, I will leave enough time. And of course, in the end, we will have more time to ask questions. So my presentation today, I try to make it more interesting for you. It's demand for capacity. It's very important to understand that there is a huge, huge demand for capacity outside, and I'm sure that you are feeling the same idea that that more and more customers need more capacity, higher capacity, and we talk about striving for capacity. Of course, we will do some introduction for MTI, kind of antenna solution, what Microcom has in stock today, and we talk about what is the consideration to choose antenna selection. I will give you an excellent example of existing customer. Of course, we have open question and discussion with you. So first of all, starting for capacity. So how do you like your network to look for? You know, it's just an example that this is an old world. We need to move forward to a new world, which is faster, more capacity. And I will explain to you that with the same system, you can get much more capacity, much more. And this is the main idea, that although it's look the same antenna, the same radio, it's not the same capacity now. And one of the things that many people doesn't understand, that they can choose the best radio in the market, but if they choose the wrong antenna, which is the only part that can change the performance of the network, and I will explain very, very detailed why it can change the capacity, and or the opposite, can destroy the network capacity, which is the same, you know, the same, but both sides of the mechanism. So what is the application? What is the driving for capacity? First of all, we saw more and more people are using the smartphone. I don't know if you saw, more people are using even the tablet online for live streaming, video sharing. And we saw a lot of demand for, and I will explain by the way how the standard is going forward. But it's very clear that there is a demand for application, and everyone now have at least one smartphone. I'm sure that in the end of the day they will have two or more, and everyone wants to share a video and everything. So what is the next driven for capacity? We saw more and more application for studio. I'm not sure that if you go, I'm sure that you're not aware, but many students today already have very massive Wi-Fi already installation. We saw that in large events, in campus, building, more and more customer putting, when I say customer, my customer, okay, are putting more equipment. I'm talking about giant customer like Verizon, Ericsson, Lucent, Alcatel-Lucent. Many customers are putting a lot of equipment in order to support the capacity requirement. What about the technology? So everyone understands now that Wave 1, it's already here, okay? Wave 2, in the end of 2015, it's going to be a huge demand for Wave 2, and this is going to change all the thinking about capacity. I will show you some examples for Cisco website. And of course, we saw a huge demand for a backhaul capacity for 60 gigahertz and 80 gigahertz. The main idea that you need to take all the access to a big pipe of, and by the way, we support both of these frequencies today by many OEM in the market. I don't want to mention them, but believe me, this is a very large customer of OEM. So if you look about a sample that I got from Cisco, you can see that the capacity, okay, the capacity is going to grow from wave 1 to wave 2 to almost triple the capacity. Of course, we're talking about multi-user and something like that. But the wave 2 idea is that they want to increase the MIMO from 4 to 4 and increase also the mechanism in order to give you more capacity. So you can see the demand by 2015. You will have more equipment that support wave 2. And by the way, some of them already ready, but you don't have the right antenna today. So we saw also a demand for capacity. As you can see, this is an example, by the way, from one of the companies. It's not our company, by the way. It's just an example to show you what the company is doing. It's in small capacity, small form factor of radio. They're going to install 16 access points, of course, with antenna, everything. By the way, it's in building. It's not our product. It's Zero's product. But what I try to say that there is more and more demand for antenna technology, a better antenna technology, and this is the idea that it's going forward. So I will be back to this idea of starving for capacity. I want to go back now for by the way, if anyone has any question, I will leave 1 minute for question. Crystal.
For people to ask questions now?
Okay, no problem. If there is any question,
okay.
I'll okay. Before I go to the next step. Okay, thank you everyone. So I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so MTI, it's leadership in antenna manufacture. We are more than over 44 years, including military. We have a very nice worldwide market share. We are worldwide deployed. When I said leadership, I mean that we are a very high quality antenna solution. And we have also manufacture in India, and the main idea that we have done all the design, all the quality assurance in Israel, and some of the manufacture in India is just to keep the labor costs very low, and because we know that there is a competition in the market. And I can show that you name it, which kind of OEM you know in the market, it's MTI OEM. I'm talking about Redline, Radwin, Cambio, some of the antenna, Aruba, Exol. You name it, you will find MTI in their solution. So yes, OEM market, it's a big market for us, and it's very important for me to mention this because OEM doesn't want to get a low quality antenna. They know how much it's important for them to get the high quality. By the way, Alvarian was also Webion, you name it, whatever. So OEM choose the best antenna solution in the market, and I'm sure that you understand that they don't want any problem for outdoor units which need to work for at least 5, 6, 10 years. By the way, we give a warranty for 3 years, which means that we trust our product. Just to give you an idea that we do a lot of military product, a lot, by the way. About 30% of our sales is military, local, and worldwide. We do a lot of WiMAX, Wi-Fi, Metro Wi-Fi, and we also have a very nice portfolio of RFID. So just for your background. So worldwide, just give you an idea. I'm not sure that. By the way, Uber Zuner, it's one of our private label. Some of their antenna. Oops, sorry. So what MTI can offer you? First of all, we offer antenna for point-to-point, of course, point-to-multipoint, broadband, any kind of broadband wireless access. We have a very nice portfolio. You can get it by email from Microcom, or you can download. I can show you after that how you can download for MTI website. We have a lot of trial with LTE, very nice trial, different frequency. By the way, the LTE will also support 2.3 and 3.65. So I'm not talking about this frequency. I'm talking about 1.7 and 2.1, something like that. And of course, any kind of wireless application that we can support for you. And I will explain how after that. Just to give you an idea about antenna development process, it's not a simple procedure. And all of this procedure, by the way, you can get after that the presentation. So all of this procedure, it's only to ensure that you will get the best antenna in the market. And price, it's also issue, but in the end of the day, we don't say, the target price is $2 and then let's choose very cheap materials, okay? We choose the best solution. It means the best design, the best performance, and I will explain what is mean best performance. After that, I will show example. And also best materials, and the QA, it's very tough with MTI because we know how to do QA, we know how to design antenna from the experience of military. So just give you an idea, this is part of the lab, and this is one part of our chamber room, and we have a lot of outside test link which we use. That's an example. Okay, this is the frequency that we support. Of course, any of these we can support combined band and frequency. It means that many customers are asking now for 2.4, 4.9, combination of them, and 2.4, 3.65 sector antenna for the backhaul-in for LTE. And one of the things that I didn't correct the slide, here we can support now up to 6.2 or 6.4 even. So we have offshore antenna that going also to Europe and Eastern Europe. For the website, if you have to go to the website, you are here download. You can download whatever you want, the complete catalog. You can download spec of the antenna. You can download drawing. You can download, by the way, the test performance of the antenna. And I will explain again after that what is the test performance. But you can download everything. Everything is kind of guaranteed. It's kind of document that say this is what we can support. Okay. And of course, you have you can go to a Microcom website, and you can find all the antenna that you have, pricing everything on their website. So just a brief, Microcom has a nice portfolio of 900 megahertz. They have nice portfolio of 5.8. They have nice portfolio of 3.65 to their whatever you need, base station, sector, H-pole, V-pole, CPE, many kind of variation. And this is the product solution that we have, okay? On one side, you have all the frequency. As I mentioned, we can go up to 6.4, and all the solution. We can support different kind of sector. We can support also for the sector, for the base station, different kind of Omni. Multiple solution of subscriber antenna. Really, it's a huge amount of portfolio. We support enclosure. I will give one or two words about this, which a lot of integrator or WISP are required this. And we also support kind of different kind of mounting kit. The funny thing that we have a very massive mounting kit, and many of the customers are using today mounting kit not with MTI antenna, with different kind of solution. By the way, Cambio network, if you are using Cambio network, is designed the radio. If you check it, sorry, the radio, the whole is equivalent to one of our mounting kits. Of course, we have a lot of antenna which is not it's not on the website. It's customized, and we have a lot of new antenna. So if you don't find the antenna, either in Microcom website or MTI website, you need to call Microcom or to MTI via the web, and we will find you the right solution. Okay, this is just the example of the enclosure. We have a very nice enclosure with antenna, which is designed for enclosure. You can put your own equipment inside. I'm not going to talk about this, but this is a off-the-shelf IP67 solution with a mounting kit, as you can see, and it's very nice portfolio for someone that needs to add radio inside or some kind of type of stuff. We have also a new enclosure which give you more flexibility, more holes in the bottom. If you can see, it's 5 holes. In the top, it's 5 holes. You can have more N-type, more Omni antenna, more RJ45. Very nice solution to install the equipment. You don't need to any adapting plate. Very nice solution. Everything is the same antenna. So for the portfolio of the dish antenna, okay, we have a 2-foot parabolic dish antenna. It can be single, dual pole, dual slant. dual pole, it's VNA, dual slant, it's plus minus 45. And we have all this frequency, 3.5 and 4.9615. And we have also the E-band, which is the 80 gigahertz, three size, 1 foot, 2 foot, and 20 centimeter. And we have the 60 gigahertz, which is the 30 centimeter today. This is, for example, the new release of the 80 gigahertz. As you can see, it's very small footprint. It's the 20 centimeter, which is, we have already a lot of interest in this new antenna. We just released it in Barcelona in the worldwide world, in Barcelona, the mobile WorldCom. We have a lot of portfolio of triple polarity. As I mentioned before, more people are moving specific with the 11AC to triple 3x3 MIMO antenna, and we have a lot of portfolio. This is one of the example, okay? We have at least about 6, 7 different antenna which can support triple polarity. By the way, Wincom is, Microcom is stocking this antenna in their warehouse. So we also do a lot of embedded custom-based antenna. Many customers just call us and they said, we want to change the size of the antenna. We want embedded, we want with SMA, we want with cable. So we are very customized antenna solutions. So if you have anything that you need to change, we are willing to do this based on, of course, business case. Not talking about 1 or 2 antenna. So I'm stopping again for, I don't know, half a minute to get any question till now. If not, we will continue.
Go ahead, Ofer. I think we'll save all the questions for the end.
Okay, no problem. So now it's the more kind of technical, but just to show you how much it's critical to know about what kind of parameter you need to choose when you choose antenna. So first of all, you need to see the broad picture, and we talk about it. What kind of requirement you have from the network? What is the quality of service you want to give? What is your target customer? What is the broadened wireless access design consideration? What antenna parameter you need to be sure that you're going to change it, and I will tell you some tricks that in the market that you can see that it's not the really the gain or the antenna that you are looking for. And of course, what kind of vendor you want to choose for your network, and some case study. It means that let's try to read between the specs. So the first question that I got all the time, how much it costs me? But I will show you that it's the wrong question. Sometimes it's worth for you to pay maybe extra money. Of course, I'm talking about extra money, which is reasonable, and don't pay for installation from scratch again. So it means that if you need to install antenna on the roof, it costs you about $2,000, $3,000, even sometimes $4,000. And if you need to replace the antenna after 6 or 4 or 3 months, because the outdoor environment is very tough or it doesn't support the requirement, so it costs you much more than $10, okay, or $20. So the question is, first of all, if I need antenna, what is the requirement that I need? What is the spec that I want to choose? And then, of course, after that, to see the price, it's reasonable for you. So the broad picture, again, it's kind of what kind of network, customer requirement, application throughput, what is distance that you want to achieve, the environment. We take all of this after that, and we combine it to kind of antenna parameters and vendor requirements. So this is just give you an idea about the general. So if we go to system consideration, I'm not going to deal with this because you are I'm sure that you are most of you are much even more technical than me. But when you go to choose the antenna, and I mentioned this, and this is something that you can check me if I'm not true. If I'm wrong, tell me. The antenna, you can ask any RF engineer that work with any OEM. This is the most critical component. And the funny thing is just 3% or 4% of the total of your project installation. It means that you buy the radio, you do the acquisition of the site, you do the installation. So the cost of the antenna, it's about 3% of the network. So even it will be double the price, it's still going to be 3.5% of the network. So this is not the big portion of your cost, okay? And the funny thing that this is the most critical of the component of your network. If you choose the wrong antenna, first of all, distance, throughput, quality of service to your customer. You know, now there is a lot of competition. If you don't give the quality of service, they will switch to another person. Interference, it's very critical. I will put more effort, more explain about this. Frequency use in order to increase the capacity. I also give some example about reliability of the network. You know, we're talking about outdoor solution. We're talking about UV, snow, rain, wind load. By the way, wind load, everyone doesn't know, but wind load is very strong parameter when you need them. When you do the tilt or you do the direction of your antenna, and after 6 months, the wind will change it because the mounting kit is not good enough or something like that. So you lost your performance because now the antenna doesn't have the right tilt, okay? Of course, many kind of parameters for wireless system. So what is the antenna parameter? We will go all of them by one. So it's just summarize. Okay, gain. Gain is very important. I agree. Everyone checking gain. But when you checking gain, please check that this is the one that you are going to get. This is not going to be typical, because typical it means that it can go up and down. It's not going to be average, because average is mean that they took the high and the low gain and they combine it. No, you need to go take the minimum. And MTI mostly give you the minimum, which means that this is the minimum gain that we can support. It can be higher, but it cannot be lower. So if you do network analysis and network design, you will get the right result. And I will show you, by the way, after that, a very good example. But the main idea that you need to check what it means by gain, okay? There are a lot of tricks outside. And for us, you can get, as I mentioned before, the test result is guaranteed. If our antenna doesn't support the test result that we gave you, we can replace you the antenna because it's wrong. By the way, we test it before we ship it. So we keep master, and according to ISO 9000, 40,000, everything, we need to keep master. And if the antenna doesn't work according to the master, we stop the production, we stop everything. So this is the gain. Again, the gain it can be also for azimuth. Most of the people checking the azimuth, but also you have elevation, which also kind of, the antenna, it's, it's three-dimensional. You have azimuth and you have elevation, which is the vertical, horizontal, whatever you need. But this is kind of beam width, which can give you the combination of the network. Elevation is also very important when you are talking about, for example, dual polarity antenna or dual slant, which means MIMO 2x2 or 3x3. Elevation is critical to check, and I will explain to you after that what is the cross polarization and blah, blah, blah for everything, side port isolation and so on. But if you are using one pole, one polarity, it's okay. You can use the azimuth, of course, you need to check the elevation. But if you're going to sector antenna, elevation is also critical. So again, it's important, it's influence on the range. Beam width. Beam width, this is a standard, okay? Everyone agree that the beam width is minus 3 dB. It defines the sector, it defines the azimuth, okay? It's a low, the reason that it's a standard because if you do network analysis, network design, this ensures that you get the efficient cell coverage, okay? This is the point that you have minus 3 dB, it's almost 50% of the power. So this is a standard. I will show you that many antenna vendors are thinking differently from the standard, but this is something that you need to check. What is, when they define the beam width, if it's minus 3 dB, okay. So side lobe, critical parameter for the antenna, side lobe. You have a lot of side lobe 1, side lobe 2, this is side lobe 1, this is side lobe 2, this is side lobe 3, this is the main lobe. The side lobe should be very, very low, okay? The lower side lobe, the less interference of receive and transmit, because you can get also transmit and receive from here. The idea that if you have a network and you have a very large side lobe, you're going to have a lot of interference for other cells, for other sectors. And of course, I'm talking about triple polarity, which is much more complicated. So If you want to improve the network efficiency, you need a very low side lobe. You need to check it. What is the side lobe? There is a standard, by the way, according to ANSI, according to ETSI, there is a must. So you can get from us all the information in order to do the comparison. I can guarantee for you, you will choose finally the best antenna for you, but you need to check what is the side lobe. Higher side lobe, for sure, you're going to have a big problem in the field, because if you install it on the roof or install it on the pole, you are not the only one that have the same frequency, the same antenna. So maybe if you have the wrong side lobe, you're going to have a lot of interference also from the environment. So we assume that it can be anything from 10% to 50%. By the way, my RF engineer said even 90% of less coverage. So take it into consideration about capacity. If you remember, I said I will be back. This is the one that I want to show you. A low capacity of your network. Even this looks the same antenna, but it's not the same antenna. The design and the quality is different. So about front to back, another very important information, okay? You have the main lobe and you have the back lobe, which means that you transmit on the other side. If you have higher back lobe, it means that there is a ratio. This is parameter, it's checked by a ratio. The ratio between front to back ratio. That's what you see this F to F. If it's higher ratio, okay, it means that you transmit more in the front and less in the back lobe. You get a very good antenna, which you can use, by the way, back-to-back two antenna. You can do reuse very good of antenna. And if you have a bad ratio, it means a lower ratio, it means that you transmit a lot in the back. You also transmit to your other antenna. You also transmit to a lot of other antenna. And the funny thing that if someone else transmit to your antenna in the back, you're going to have a lot of noise, because you're going to understand that it's kind of transmitting. So front to back ratio is very critical to do efficiency network capacity, to decrease the signal to noise, and decrease the cell capacity if you have a bad front to back ratio. So again, capacity, you can use the 3x3 MIMO. If you have a bad parameter front to back ratio, capacity will decrease dramatically. As we mentioned, more capacity, you will see more demand for, I'm sure that you already have, more demand for dual pole, for dual slant, for triple polarity. Now with the Wave 2, it's going to be quad polarity, 4x4. So just to make it clear, vertical, it transmits in the vertical, horizontal in the horizontal. When you do 2x2, mostly it's going to be VNH or plus minus the 45 degree. By the way, we have a mechanism that if you have VNH, we can switch it to work dual slant very easy with adapting. But in general, if you don't keep a very good close polarization between the ports, so one port is going to destroy the other port's capacity. So you must check if you're going to MIMO, cross polarization is critical point. If you go only to VNH, maybe it's not critical, but again, if someone transmits V and you transmit H, and the cross pole of your antenna is bad, you're going to lose capacity for sure. So cross polarity is critical for you to check it. Otherwise, you will never know where the problem is going to be. So you buy a very nice radio, you install the antenna destroys the VNH capacity, your capacity is going to be down. Most of the radio are giving theoretical calculation of the capacity based on assumption that it's going to be a good antenna. Okay, if you have a bad antenna, the calculation is not accurate. So this is just give you idea. But I do have also another example. Just to give you idea. If you choose the right antenna, the green one, it's a coverage. It's a good coverage compared to the red one. So here if you check it, maybe you need another site, okay? But here for sure you need another 4 sites to cover the area. And this is one of the coverage that we have done. The main idea that you improve coverage, you increase the ROI with the same antenna, by the way, with the same cell site. If you remember, I mentioned how much it costs to install one sector. So with the same sector, you can increase your ROI. And another example that I think that I have, or maybe in the few slides. Okay, this is another example. Okay, for someone has done a comparison for Cambion point-to-point 440. This is MTI antenna. As you can see, the polar, it's polar view, and this is the other antenna. As you can see, a lot of side lobe, a lot of back lobe. So I will show you. You will be more than shocked to see this. So this is the comparison. 2 channel in 5.8, 6 textile. This means that you have a lot of reuse. Okay, and you can do a better capacity of MTI. This is MTI, the antenna, by the way, that Microcom is talking. By the way, one of the best antenna in the market for dual polarity sector 60 degree, and this is the existing one. You see, even the customers that are using the same antenna mention bad, the coverage is bad. You can see the green area. You know how much cells you need to put here in order to increase the capacity? It's unbelievable. So with the same antenna, with 6 sector, you get a much more, and you already bought, you know, the funny thing, you already done the site acquisition. You already have the ports. Why need to now to find another solution? And this is just, again, example, but I will show you more slide about this. You can see another slide, which is 3 channel 6 sector. You can see the result. Okay, you can see. Although I must tell, to be honest with you, as you can see, this is a difference that I don't know why is the reason, but again, this is calculation based on software. Okay, but this is kind of, if you can see, I can say that it's almost equal. Although if you can see the green area, it's much bigger than this. Okay, and the result. The result is, if you look on the Cambion website, you can see job deploy fits Giga Tower. Okay, if you see, this is our antenna. Okay, this is the mention I mentioned, the one of the best antenna that we have. Microcom have, I think, a lot of these antennas. So I think Microcom sold in now about 100 of them, and this customer already installed also 100 of them, and we are now in phase 2 for this antenna. So this is a very nice portfolio antenna, very tiny, very nice design. It's called Giga Tower because it can support a lot of capacity. And of course, environment. Look, we're talking about outdoor unit. You can see how much stuff it's going to be. I'm not talking about, you know, we're doing a lot of vibration. You know, it's very important, the vibration, the load, the wind that's all the time going, and the vibration, the snow, mechanical shock, humidity, dust and water tightness is going to be IP67, very tough environment. Solar radiation, by the way, UV protection, it's outdoor. The sun can change the radon, by the way. If you don't have any external lab testing for the radon is going to change the network performance for sure. It's going to change the materials during the time. You know, you can put any plastic, put it outside. It will change for sure. It will change the radon, and the radon is critical for the antenna. By the way, I didn't mention this, but you need to choose the right radon, the right distance from the radon. So radon is critical. Even if you put your logo on the radon, it can change the performance. So of course, if you put it outside and you don't have UV protection, it's going to change for sure the network performance. Flammability, wind load survival, which is a very tough one. Again, environment and condition, choose the right solution for you, but we give 3 years warranty for each antenna, even for the small Omni. Vendor parameter, it means, of course, that if it's public, we are public antenna, a public company, you can choose our result, what kind of track record, technical capability, what kind of RF engineer, what kind of testing you have, product portfolio, expertise, reliability, and you can change. You can, by the way, you can. I'm sure that you know, or you can check. You can check in the market. Our reputation in the market is very strong. So the only reason that we have a very strong reputation because we know how to do antenna. By the way, we do only antenna, whatever, military, RFID, and commercial. So we know the market. We know what to do for the market. Technical capability, again, how much range you can test, innovative solution. Okay, it's. I'm not sure it's going to work. Okay, let's see. So you have here something which is funny. but I must, you need to look carefully. If you remember all the parameters that I mentioned, let's see if it will work, okay? Let's see. It's kind of video. I'm not sure it's working. It's not working. I don't know why. Maybe it's not allowed, but kind of video, I can send you the link. Oops. Not sure it's working. Okay, never mind. It's kind of cheaty game. Soccer game. Okay, never mind. Go forward. Okay, I'm sorry. It doesn't work. Sorry. Funny part, it's not working. So this is again just give you idea about someone that's saying that they support 16 dBi. You remember the typical average? So this is MTI, which is almost 16 all over, and this is the one that gives you 16. But it's a real antenna from data sheet. So as you can see, in 5 point something or 5.7, 5 point, it's not 16. It's even less than 14. If you remember 3 dB, you lose 50% of your capacity. This is, by the way, whatever CP, whatever. And another one, dual pole dish antenna. They say that it's 29 dBi. We tested it, 26. So you lose 3 dBi in one antenna. From 2 port, you lose 6 dBi. You lose all of the, what is mean? The range of the dual pole going to be very short compared to our antenna. We're talking about gain, which can give you the distance. We're talking about dual pole, which is mainly for point-to-point application. Another issue is the silo, which is critical, and port isolation. You can see the difference between MTI and the other one. Bottom line, pooling budget. Throughput is going to be very, your network is going to degrade it, the throughput is going to be very low. And now, what is the value for money? You remember I asked you how much it cost me. No, it's not the right question. First of all, you need to choose the right solution, and then you can do negotiated about price. I'm sure about this. So another example for sure, someone that's saying that they have they say that it's 120-degree antenna. Sector antenna, but really it's 90 degree. Okay, they choose the -6 dB beam width and not the -3. So what's happened? You use it like 120, but finally it's 90 degree. So you have a lot of area which is no coverage. So it's also something that you need to read between the line what kind of antenna you get. So the real question, it's not how much it cost me. Okay, first of all, what is the performance I get? If it's high quality, reasonable price, what is return on investment, and cost to benefit, what you buy, what you get, okay? This is the real question that you need to ask anytime you go with your network. Before we go another 1 minute about something, okay, let's leave the question in the end. Okay, MTI website, you can download everything you want. I make a short bit.ly download MTI. You can do anything you want there. Of course, you can download for Microcom website. If you go to our website, you have a search. Here you can search for any antenna, any kind of solution. Of course, we have Twitter, Facebook. You can join us in anything. And I think that we finish. I think I've done my point. If you have any question, I will be more than happy to answer these. If I need to give more detailed answer, I will give this by email.
All right. That was fantastic. Thank you, Ofer. So there were a few questions in the question box. I'm going to read them to you and let you go ahead and answer them.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question is, what product lines have you found work best with your antennas?
What product line? What?
Yes.
From which company do you mean?
I guess, yeah.
Look, we have a very nice, OEM. I mentioned Redline, Radwin, Alvarion before. Now it's Terra, Aruba, Rocus, Exalt. We have many customers that buy Ubiquiti radio, and they know and they're using our Omni antenna or other antenna, which is, so we have a lot of portfolio for many customers. I have a lot of customers that I'm sure that you never heard about them, Taqwa or Blink or, I don't know, Six Harmonic, which are many OEM in the market. By the way, Bell Air, Ericsson are using our antenna for studio applications. So I need to know what you are looking for in order, by the way, just today I got the question if we have a 90-degree dual slant or Cambio network. So I can make a comparison based on our portfolio to your requirement, okay? And I can compare existing feature with a new feature. Of course, I can guarantee something which is something maybe someone else doesn't have. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, sounded good. The next question is, you had mentioned a warranty. What is the stipulations of your warranty?
One what? One?
A warranty? You mentioned a warranty?
A warranty, okay. Yeah, we have 3 years warranty. It means that if you buy from Microcom antenna, you have 3 years warranty, full warranty for the antenna.
Okay, perfect. And the last question, what is your best-selling product and why?
It's an excellent question. And why, it's also, there is a good answer. To be honest with you, worldwide, if you check worldwide, 5.8 is the most, is the one that we sold the most, okay, 5.8. I'm talking 5.8, 4.9, 5.8, 6.4, whatever. This is the most popular, I think, band worldwide. I'm talking worldwide and even in Europe. In the US, there's a different issue. I can tell you, I can sell few of 900, not so much. 900 is going down because 700 is going up. If you know the broadcast, TV broadcast, it's going to already release, and many people are jumping in, even the LTE. So 700 is growing. I'm talking about the US. 700 is growing. 900 is going down. 3.65 is like this, you know, small amount. 5.8, as I mentioned, it's a huge amount. 2.4, it's very interesting. For the major OEM, we have a lot of 2.4 dual polarity, okay? So if I take out the OEM, 2.4 is the one that we don't sell a lot because, I said because, the only reason because that 2.4 is still left, you know, far away, not the like 5.8 that move into wave 1, wave 2. 2.4 is far away. There is a lot of competition from China, from cheap solution. Many companies doesn't care. They like whatever they have in the market. So 2.4, I can say that we sell less if we excluding the OEM, and 5.8 is the most antenna that we have. By the way, but we have a very nice portfolio for 2.4. Many customers, for example, recently bought sector antenna for 2.4 dual polarization because they cannot find it in the market, only with MTI. So yeah, so there is some, you know, some trade-off between frequency, but 5.8 for sure is the most popular band in the US, by the way, as well.
All right, perfect. Well, that wraps up all the questions. Thank you, everybody, for attending the webinar this morning. I hope you all found it very informative. Thank you, Ofer, for taking the time out of your day to educate us on your line of products. If anyone has any additional questions, feel free to contact us at sales@microcomtech.com, or if you wish to view any of the products mentioned here today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. This webinar will also be posted on Microcom Technology's YouTube channel for later viewing. Hope you all have a great day.